Hello, welcome, Mortimer, is it? I'm John.
Hello.
John. Welcome, Mr. Lord, to your first Microzon interview. I think there was a little bit of a problem with your resume. Do you happen to have a copy?
Oh, of course. Here you go.
Okay, this is a fashion magazine.
Yes.
Can I get you a glass of water, Trow?
Thank you. How couth of you. Is this for gift or loan?
Your resume says self-employed since the dawn of time.
Yeah. Oh, and I have good attention to detail, too.
How would you sell me this pen?
I would require remuneration. Standard practice in most operational economies is the exchange of goods and services for monetary.
It says here you have 8,000 years of computer experience? Care to elaborate on that one?
Oh, yeah, sorry. That's a mistake. It should be 8,400 years. I haven't updated it in a while.
Can you give me examples of times you've demonstrated leadership?
Yes.
Welcome, everybody, to The Grind and the Glamour, the show about legendary heroes who fight dragons and wield magic, yet still have to get up and go to work in the morning. I am your game master, Silas Silver. The rest of our players will join us in time, but for now, starting off the story, I have with me Alex. Say hi, Alex.
Ha, yeah, that's right. The rest of you, starting with Alex. We start with Alex because Alex is number one. And basically good at everything. And single for some reason. And humble. Humble, definitely humble.
Yep, okay. Thank you, Alex. And with that, we will begin.
You wake up to the sound of your coworker's voice.
And then she told me I had a fetish. It's not a fetish. I just really like the smell. Everyone likes the smell of coffee, right?
Shit. You're trying to remember where you are. What day is it? Did you fall asleep on your feet? Oh, damn it. That's right. It's Monday. Fucking Monday.
So I said, you're on. 1 week. But this doesn't count, see, because I haven't drank any yet.
The dream you are having dissolves. Something about a spaceship and a cyborg. You open your eyes. You're at the Amasoft corporate office. You've been here all night, ever since you got off your double shift at Crispy Coffee. No wonder you're exhausted. Kevin, your team lead, finally notices that you aren't paying attention.
Dude, Mort, are you okay? You look like shit. How was your weekend?
I'm fine. Yeah, I got a lot of work. Thanks for asking.
Wait, have you been here the whole weekend?
Not the whole weekend. No, not the whole weekend.
Dude, you gotta go sleep sometimes.
I was asleep just now. Yeah, I got plenty of sleep. I'm good.
Oh wait, that's right. You got that big presentation today. We'll finally get you full time, yeah?
Yeah, that's the hope. Where's my?
I mean, we pretty much got you full time already, and then some. But hey, you get paid for it.
Yeah. Let's hope. Yeah.
Okay, well, hey, good luck, man. We're all rooting for. Oh shit! Big boss is coming. Everyone, look busy.
You're all standing in the walkway of a sea of cubicles. There's no possible way to look busy as Nathaniel Voss, the department head, comes around the corner.
Kevin, just the underling I was looking for.
Mr. Voss grabs Kevin by the head and swings him around bodily, giving him noogies. Please make me a dodge check.
Oh, he grabbed Kevin or
He grabbed Kevin, but something's coming at you.
Okay, all right. Oh. Okay. 14.
Okay. It's actually pretty good, but not nearly good enough. The lukewarm coffee Kevin was holding hits you square in the chest, splashes up and down your shirt, runs down into your pants. Mr. Voss does not seem to notice.
Your team isn't going to miss another deadline, is it, Kevin? I'm counting on you.
As he's like grinding his knuckles into Kevin's hair like a schoolyard bully.
No, Mr. Voss.
Good.
Mr. Voss lets Kevin go.
I want all of you on your best behavior today. I've got a big meeting. My wife is going to be here, and I'm not going to lie, you're all looking kind of slovenly.
His gaze lingers on you, your coffee-stained shirt.
Especially you, Carpool. Look, it's nobody's fault. We just have to do better. Dress for the job you want. Oh, hey, and have any of you seen my phone?
Nobody's seen his phone. Nobody answers.
All right, well, good talk. And Carpool, don't be late.
And with that, he strides away.
Ah, shit. I'm sorry, Mort. Are you gonna be able to get changed before your big presentation?
Am I?
You check your phone. Meeting's in 2 hours. If you leave now, you're pretty sure you can get home, get changed, and get back with like just enough time. You've made that trip a lot before. Traffic's real bad right now, but the distance you have to travel actually isn't much.
I don't have much of a choice. Looks like I'm going for it.
Okay.
Unless somebody's got an extra shirt somewhere.
Sorry, man. Good luck, I guess. All right, well, we'll end it there. Good scrum, everybody. Hey, look at that. We finished in record time.
Yep. Thanks, Kevin. I gotta go get my shirt changed.
What does poor coffee-stained Mortimer do?
We're gonna try and go. I mean, so all right. Can I leverage the fact that I work at a coffee shop? I might know how to get coffee stains out.
You might be able to wash your shirt. That's true. Do you want to try to what you know from working at a coffee shop is that you're definitely going to need some kind of soap or solvent. Water ain't going to do it.
All right, I'm going home. We're doing it.
Okay.
Put on my running shoes.
You hop into your old van. This van is the reason Mr. Voss calls you Carpool now. And you silently pray as you try to start it that it'll actually start. It does. The apartment you share with your many, many roommates is only about 20 miles away, but the traffic is truly terrible at this hour. Like I said, you have 2 hours until the meeting. It's a meeting with Olivia Voss, the VP of the entire department, and the wife of Mr. Voss, the one person who outranks him and isn't afraid to call him on his bullshit. You've been working on your internship project for months now, and you know it's good. It's not just good, it's going to save the department millions of dollars in the long run, you're pretty sure. But Mr. Voss wants to keep you as an intern forever. Why wouldn't he? Because he doesn't want to pay you. And he refuses to give you the promotion to paid status that you've clearly earned. You know if you can just make Mrs. Voss see what you've done, how much money they can save, you'll be in. You were here all night getting your presentation perfect. There won't be a damn thing Mr. Voss can do to stop you if you can just get that project in front of Mrs. Voss. But first you have to get to that meeting looking presentable. So you take off into traffic. Inch by painful inch, you make your way home. Make me a streetwise check.
12.
Okay. You try a shortcut you know. It's hard to tell if it worked, if it saved you or cost you time. The clock keeps perfect pace with you. You arrive home exactly at the 1 hour mark. Carmen is there with 3 more of your roommates. You assume they're your roommates. There's so many, it's hard to keep track of them. Her sleeping bag is next to yours, and she's smoking weed. Nice. You know, getting that lovely smell over just all of your stuff. Luckily, you've prepared for this. Your clothes are all sealed in Ziploc bags. You know how this works. You change in the backyard in record time and get back into your still running van. Don't want to risk turning it off again. And with 1 hour into the meeting, you take off again into traffic. Make another streetwise check.
That's funny. I was actually going to say I leave my van running. I was going to so.
Perfect. Yep.
Oh no. Oh, not enough room. Okay. 8. That was worse.
Okay. Well, the good news is you can't really go any slower. The bad news is 20 minutes into the trip, check engine light on your van comes on. Do you keep on going? Or do you...
How far away am I?
Like 15 miles. 15 miles away.
15. Too many. Okay. Are there any like Lime bicycles or anything that's sitting on the side?
Not where you are. You're on.
All right. Yeah, we're going.
Bumper to bumper.
Going.
All right. You're pushing forward.
That's our choice.
All right. You keep going.
Not a sponsor.
No sponsors. Sponsor of this is us. Send us money and we will keep making it. That's the sponsor. All right. Another check, please.
17.
Okay. You you think maybe your engine might be overheating. That's usually what it's been in the past. You turn on the heater and roll down all the windows, so now it's just blasting hot air. It's a pretty hot day already, as you're like hanging your head out the window like a panting dog, trying to just keep your engine going long enough. Come on. And that does seem to help. The check engine light doesn't go away, but your car seems to keep on working for a while until 10 minutes from the office. Check engine light starts flashing. And a loud beeping sound starts coming from your console.
That's not supposed to do that.
No, it's real bad. 5 miles away. What do you want to do?
Is it uphill or downhill to where I'm going?
Pretty flat. Pretty much.
Pretty flat. I mean, I just got a soldier on here. This is like the most important moment of my life up to this point. I gotta keep going.
You whisper every good luck charm, every prayer, every incantation you can think of to your car. Just a little further. Come on. And it does. It keeps on going. 2 minutes from the office, your van breaks down.
That's all right. That's 2 minutes at what speed?
Fast enough that you're able to get over to the shoulder, and you are 2 blocks from the office as some kind, either steam or smoke, is coming from your hood. You're not sure. And you don't have time to find out. Make me a foot speed check.
Yep. 7.
Okay. You run, but your mind and body are so exhausted. You've been
I have been not gotten much sleep lately, so this kind of checks out.
Things are not going well. You don't know if you have enough time. You don't know if as you're trying to run, it almost seems like the distance is getting longer as you go. You're not sure if it's like all the exhaust fumes or you're just incredible sleep deprivation, but it really there's a moment when you wonder if you're just even going to make it at all. Are you just going to keep running forever? But no, you do make it. You get to the doors, the corporate front doors. You try your key card for the first time in your life. It works on the first try. You run inside and you can see you've made it. You have 2 minutes to spare. You want to take the elevator or the stairs?
What floor are we going to?
5th floor.
Elevator.
Okay.
Does the elevator have a reputation for failing? Is this something that I would have background knowledge around?
The elevator does fail from time to time, yes, like everything in this dump. But sometimes it works fine.
All right, elevator. Here we go.
Okay. Feels like the longest elevator ride of your life, but it's fine. You get up to the top. 30 seconds to spare. You've made it. You're here. You're on time. You're drenched with sweat. You're not as presentable as you wanted to be, but you're here. There's no coffee on your shirt. You're fine. You arrive at the conference room doors. They're closed, which is weird. And just before you reach to peek inside or open to see what they are, the doorknob turns and a bunch of people start filing out of the meeting, talking to each other. You see both Mr. and Mrs. Voss there inside the room. It looks like they're wrapping up. You're deeply confused.
I'm deeply confused.
As you give a questioning look to all the various people who are filing out of the meeting, you see your team is there. Mr. Voss spots you, gives you this shark-like grin.
Oh, hey, sorry. Did I not tell you? We had to reschedule a little bit. Yeah. Don't worry though. I handled your presentation for you. But shucks, you're not this time, buddy. So close though, maybe next quarter.
And he slaps you on the back as he sort of walks by. It seems that he intentionally rescheduled the meeting for an hour earlier and didn't tell you about it.
And wait, does he have the details of my project too, and he just presented it for me?
He presented something apparently about your project. You suspect he didn't do it justice.
Okay. Well.
Go ahead and make me a determination check.
11.
All right. Yeah, you're crushed. For a moment, you have this imagining. Maybe you can run up to Mrs. Voss in this moment and start doing your spiel, but it's pretty clear she's on to other things. The rest of the day seems to go by in a blur as you're trying to decide what are you going to even do with your life. The end of the day comes, you realize you need some sleep. More than anything, you just need sleep right now. You walk the couple of blocks to your van, pop open the door. Of course, it doesn't start. As you're sitting there in the seat, just everything coming down on you, you hear a buzzing sound.
Hey, a buzzing sound.
You kind of dig around in the back.
Whose phone is that?
It's Mr. Voss's phone. You'd totally forgotten. So you actually do carpool sometimes. Take various people to work with you in your van, and he rode with you for the first time on Thursday, and has been mocking you about it ever since. It seems he left his phone in your van. As you look at it, it's got a pin to unlock it. You know how these work. You get 3 tries. Looks like it's 7 or 8 digits. It's got a case on it. 2 words written in Sharpie on the case: Sula Nabuxiai.
Sula Nabuxiai.
Sula Nabuxiai. You have no idea what that means.
Correct, I don't.
Super exhausted. You just fall asleep sitting in the driver's seat. But instead of falling asleep, you wake up. You immediately realize that all that was a dream. A very strange dream. Of course, in the real world, you are obviously not a junior associate in training, whatever the hell that is. Tell us who you really are.
I am Mort.
I am an undead cyborg with an affinity for collecting replaceable parts, both biological and mechanical. I like long walks on the beach and
to collect more parts that you find there.
so I can see if I can find any replacement parts while I'm on the beach.
Feet do sometimes wash up on the beach. You gotta watch for them shoes.
I definitely have no social skills whatsoever. My favorite phrase is read the room, because I assume that means that I need to look for anything written down and try to read it.
Excellent. That's right. You're also the ranking precision marksman, the ordnance specialist, and the cyber war officer aboard this ship, the SS Felward. You've been aboard for weeks now, hired on a secret mission to infiltrate the most magical, most fortified, perhaps most mysterious planet in the system. You're in orbit now, but getting here was no small feat, which is where this ship came in. The SS Felward is a Phantom-class stealth corvette, brand new and state-of-the-art, with a Cognicore fusion drive, a mag plate hull, meteor storm auto turrets, breach rocket boarding cans, a repulsor shielding system, and a cloaking device so new and secret most of the crew has been forbidden from even looking at it. It's not a big battleship, but there are legitimate countries in the system worth less than this craft. The fact that the directors could get this one shows how powerful they are. The fact that they're letting you use it shows they really need for this mission to go well. Speaking of directors, a couple of details stick in your mind from your weird fading dream. The name of your terrible boss in the dream was Nathaniel Voss, but in real life, one of the directors has almost the same name. It's Vorthaniel Voss. He's actually on board too. He came on the mission with you to, quote, protect his investment. The second detail that sticks in your mind is the phrase written on the case of that primitive communication phone device. Sula Nabuxiai. All this loads into your memory banks in an instant as your primary processors power on. It looks like your rest cycle took a little less time than usual. It's always nice when that happens. Your shift doesn't start for another hour, so you've got some time. And that dream is sticking in your mind. You know it's just a dream, but you can't shake the feeling that it's important anyway. What would you like to do?
It's standard sorts of things. I want to start inspecting the systems that I am responsible for.
Okay, you're currently in your quarters. You can head to the bridge if you would like access to like the main terminals, or you can use one of the little side terminals that's here in your room.
Oh, I have a little side terminal. I feel I'm going to use that. It makes me feel special.
All right. You, as the cyber war officer, you have access to basically the whole system. What would you like to check?
Just routine things. Just, I assume that there's like a general dashboard that would have flashing red lights if there was a problem. So let's do that.
Sure. Make a computing check.
Computing. That's that one. Yep. Okay. Yep. And math. All right. Excellent. 24.
All right. No alerts, no major problems. The main thing you see prominently displayed is the giant battleship, the TKS Calamity, that is orbiting very nearby your ship. The Calamity is a Goliath-class heavy dreadnought. It's at least hundreds of times your size, basically represents an entire starship fleet of firepower all on its own. It currently doesn't have any support fleet of ships around it. That's something it's not new, but you note that it's still true, which is strange because dreadnought ships generally have a lot of support ships around them. It might be because it's so near its home planet. If the stories are true, there are planetary defenses here that would render even this great Leviathan quaint and adorable, and maybe that's support and backup enough. The Calamity is a hostile ship. It's your enemy. But for the moment, you are safe because it doesn't know you exist. You've been orbiting directly under it, parked in its shadow, while your cloaking device recharges in low power mode. This mysterious cloaking device that you've been using this entire trip has two modes. It has a high power mode and a low power mode. It can only sustain each for 8 hours at a time, during which the other mode can recharge. And you need the high power mode to enter the planet's atmosphere, which is where your mission is. So you've been recharging your high power mode, using the low power mode, just sort of floating here where its sensors are the weakest for a while. And that's where you were when you went to sleep as well. And that's mostly what you see on your little console there.
Everything's looking good. All right. I assume it's time to report to the bridge soon, so I will start making my way.
All right. As you enter the bridge, you see 3 other members of your crew. There's First Officer Fillion, Head Engineer Groff, and Acting Commander Yuna. Yuna, tell us who you are.
Hi, Yuna, they, them. I forgot what I was gonna say.
You can talk about your appearance. You can tell us what you're doing right now. Are you actually doing acting commander stuff, or are you giving one of the crew members a tattoo?
I think I am monitoring the systems and toying around with the idea of touching up one of my hand tattoos. Yuna is generally covered in tattoos. There's, of course, always a patch of skin somewhere that can take some ink that it didn't have before. But the intricate and deliberate looking tattoos do appear to cover every available inch of skin. Yuna has short purple hair, and their gender presentation is decidedly ambiguous, though it seems to fluctuate from time to time, being more masculine or feminine at any given moment. At the current moment, it is rather more ambiguous than usual.
Excellent. Is Tiberius here with you?
Sitting next to Yuna is a small rabbit in a tutu, looking very grumpy and not its eyes not leaving Yuna for a moment.
Excellent. Mort, you enter the bridge and find these people here. Go ahead and make me a perception check, as you are now seeing all of the instruments and panels, which of course are way more interesting to you, having identified no threats here.
32.
Okay. You quickly scan all of the screens and readouts. Of course, most of the screens are showing kind of the same dashboard that you had in your room, with the TKS Calamity prominently displayed like some kind of terrifying shadow monster. But something catches your attention. You notice one of the smaller displays to the side has a readout of a bunch of recent logs, and one of the log entries mentions that one of the breach cans has been launched about 20 minutes ago. This is strange and interesting to you. The breach cans are boarding weapons that you have. You can load up a person inside one of them, fire it like a missile at another ship. It will punch through a hole, and the person inside will likely survive. It's got a very robust impact gel system that it can use to keep you alive, even though you'll be hitting at Mach 3 or 4 probably. Then you can be aboard the enemy ship to do whatever you wanted to do over there.
Breathing the ballistic gel is not pleasant.
Yep, it has to be. It has to penetrate every cell in your whole body. So it's it can be a little bit of a traumatic experience, but better than splat.
Yeah. A lot of things are.
Yeah. And if one has launched, that is alarming, actually, because it will not be within the protection of your cloak, which means the calamity may well have detected it and thereby be able to detect you or something. Even though there's no alerts going off, no flashing lights, this one little log message indicates perhaps a terrifying big problem.
Okay, I'm going to inquire to the room because you mentioned 3 individuals here, and a rabbit. So I would just say, have any of you noticed this?
Not indicating what is this? Excellent.
Yes.
You're gonna need to be a little bit more specific there, buddy.
What do we say they were called again?
First Officer Fillion and Head Engineer Groff.
I mean the cans.
Breach tube.
Oh, breach cans.
Breach cans.
Oh, breach cans, sorry.
Okay. A breach can has been jettisoned.
Recently?
That gets their attention. Both Officer Fillion and Engineer Groff start checking their computer consoles, and yeah, they confirm 20 minutes ago. So, like, a long time ago for a breach can. They generally aren't in transit for that long. They're not meant for long range anything because they're pretty easy to shoot down. But yeah, not only can you identify that, do the logs indicate that it was launched 20 minutes ago, but you can see it on the sensors. It's out in space, just on its way apparently toward the calamity.
Can we tell who authorized its launch?
Yes, it was Commander Vorthaniel Voss, who you recall was here in the bridge just about 20 minutes ago.
I'm going to look at Fillion and the other. Well, who would I know to have been like mainly responsible for like knowing this to have happened of people who are on the bridge?
Both of them, but Fillion is the higher ranking officer, so would take more of the heat if you wish to give some.
Okay, I'm just going to look at him. Like, how did you miss this? Are you a fool? And that's like very much like not an accusation or an insult. It's just like, it's a deadpan question, by the way. It's just like that's not an insult. I'm just like asking him a question.
It's just, it's important to know if you're working with fools.
You just need to know.
Yes.
Query, are you a fool?
Yeah, exactly. Fillion does not understand that you are simply trying to gather information, and he cowers before your glare as you are this horrifying cyborg monster. I perhaps I am, sir, as he like frantically tries to figure out why it is he wasn't notified. He does come up with an answer, though. He's able to say, "Oh, it appears the Commander Voss, disabled all of the notifications, silenced them all before leaving."
Your response is noted. We must investigate.
That is deeply suspicious.
Yeah, it is.
I'd like to start seeing if I can figure out if he was on the jump can when it took off.
All right, yeah, you pull up surveillance. Your ship has internal sensors as well, and
I put it on the big monitor.
Yep, you can watch as he is there in the bridge with you. He sets everybody to doing some kind of busy work task while no one's paying attention to him. He runs a subroutine on the computer that seems like he's prepared ahead of time. It changes a bunch of stuff, not just the jump can notifications. It seems like it activates a whole bunch of different things all over your ship. Then he leaves the bridge, goes to his quarters, packs up his stuff into a bag, seems really distraught when he can't quite fit everything in the bag, is like trying to decide between a couple of, like, his laptop and his tablet. He picks the laptop, he leaves the tablet behind, loads himself up into the breach canister, which, it's important because it only fits exactly the right amount that was prepared for him, and gets filled up with impact gel and fired into space.
Where's the alert button? I feel like there needs to be this is big enough.
You can hit all hands on deck, red alert right now if you want. There's a big red button for that.
Seems prudent given the circumstances.
All right. You begin, you hit full alert as everybody on the ship is roused from wherever they're doing and alerted that all attention is needed.
David.
Yes.
Your character is alerted as a garish, loud noise comes on while you are in your quarters. Tell us, who are you and what are you doing?
Well, I am Vincent. You may know me as a tailor and designer. I live on one of the largest city planets in the system, and I'm known there for my clothing and other things. You may have heard that I do freelance work for the right price. I can neither confirm nor deny that that's the case, but if you'd like to talk about it at dinner, give me a call. I have just been traveling, going back home after a consultation, and that's about all I'd like to share at the moment.
Excellent. Perfect. So the alert comes on, loud noise. How long does it take you to leave your room and respond?
So Vincent wakes up at a start. Bad dreams. He only has bad dreams. And he's annoyed at first because of the loud noise. Vincent prefers quiet and dim over loud and boisterous, and you wouldn't guess it based on how he operates on a day-to-day basis. But what you see in public isn't necessarily what you'll get in private with him. So he'll wake up and go, "Oh, not again. Can't get any sleep around here." And I'll get up and slip on my velvet slippers, tie up my robe, and head up to the bridge.
Love it. Love it. All right. Well, Vincent is eventually on his way. What will the rest of you be doing?
There was mention of a tablet.
Indeed. It's in Verthaniel's quarters. Would you like to go see it?
I will say to, I mean, Yuna was the one that we were both looking at that surveillance, right? So I'm just saying, I will go and investigate this tablet.
Okay, keep me informed, please.
All right. At this moment, Sam comes bursting in. I heard there was a ruckus. What's going on? You want to fill him in while Mort goes to investigate the tablet, Yuna?
Yeah.
All right. Mort, you go to the quarters. You find the tablet. It's right where the surveillance said it would be, just kind of on the floor, actually. You fire it up. It wants a password. You know how these things work. You get 3 tries, and it will erase itself if there's 3 wrong attempts.
Would an intelligence check be helpful here?
Yeah, go ahead and just roll an intelligence check.
Sweet. I'm gonna guess computing could be. I'm feeling stupider. All right, 24.
All right,
Stupider.
Also, make me a read person check to go with this. By the way.
Oh dear God.
Oh no. Oh no.
Rude.
That's targeted abuse right there.
2.
All right. So you get this tablet, and you are a hacking specialist, so you could break into this thing, but it will take time, and you don't know how much time you currently have to do it like slowly and carefully. But you do know that you could take a couple of tries just to guess passwords, but there's potentially trillions of options, more actually. And since you know Verthaniel Voss so well from that check, you are certain that he will have a highly secure password that is just a random string of digits. You are certain about that, about him.
Perfect. I don't suppose that like Vincent's path thing is gonna lead him beyond past this room, is he?
Like I walk by in my robe and see Mort furiously messing with a tablet or something.
I will say that it just so happens Vincent walks by at that moment.
Mort.
You see Mort just furiously staring at this tablet as if he can like bore a hole in it with his eyes.
All right, I'll just walk in and look at it. What I would like to. I don't know what he's doing with it, right?
No, but you do know that this is the commander's room, and the commander is obviously not here, and that looks like, I mean, you know what a data pad looks like. Roll me a memory check to see how much information you can just glean right now. It's under int, yep.
Okay. need a 22.
Okay, you immediately know not the situation, but what's going on here. That's the commander's tablet. Mort is a hacker. He's trying to get into it.
Mort, where's Voss? Where are you trying to look at his tablets?
Voss has been jettisoned into the black of space.
Wait. Okay,
Yes!
Mort.
Yes!
Mort, did you do that? We've talked about this, Mort. You have to let me know who did things.
I'm trying to recover here so I can talk again, okay?
Did you single-handedly execute our commanding officer? Also the guy that sponsored this whole trip.
No, he did it to himself.
See, Mort, that's information I need at the beginning of the sentence. Anyway, what you should, like, can I do a read person check? Because I know he's trying to hack in. Can I just, like, decide if I know what the password is and just take it and do it myself?
Yeah, make a read person check, yeah.
And what I'm doing right now is I'm going through my data banks of memory, trying to look for, like, any hints of what particular strings might have been relevant.
Right. And then I come in with a 29.
Okay. You've gotten to know Commander Voss pretty well. You get to know everyone pretty well. That's kind of your thing.
Mm-hmm.
And he strikes you as the sort of person who uses the same password for everything, and it might be his birthday. It might, like, he does not seem like a cybersecurity guy to you at all.
Right.
So yes, as you're, like, searching your memory banks, Mort, you're trying to think of, like, any time you might have seen a 40-digit number associated with him somehow, and you're coming up blank. You can think of nothing like that.
Mort, I need you to listen to me.
I'll just like basically eyes back into focus and look at and actually focus on him for a second.
Have you tried Voss?
You have not tried the word Voss.
I have tried nothing. I am searching for the answer.
Well, we have 3 tries. Why don't you just try his last name? He probably doesn't lock his tablet too hard.
You truly think the commander of this ship would have such a weak password as his own name?
Yes, everyone else does things.
Fine. Just type Voss.
All right.
Type it in.
Type Voss. Incorrect. Wrong password. But that does give you an idea. You are now more aware that it might be something much simpler. This fool would apparently use words as a password, which that narrows it down considerably, actually. That really reduces the space possible.
Get rid of the numbers and special characters, okay.
And you trust Vincent enough for that assessment. You're like, yeah, okay.
Okay. So now I'm thinking about words.
Yep.
What words seem important to Mr. Voss? I can take 4s on a memory and get 44, by the way.
Oh, go for it.
So I would like to 44 memory, please.
All right. You remember all of the interactions you've ever had with this guy, all 6 of them. One time he greeted you in the hallway. You study his clothing, his boots, the surrounding area in your mind for any clue of a password there. Nothing. You're really coming up blank until you realize you also maybe had more than 6 interactions with him. That dream you had just keeps on coming up in your search results because Nathaniel Voss just strikes you as so similar to Nathaniel Voss. He's almost seems like the same guy.
Okay. Second attempt.
Okay.
Vorthaniel?
Following the pattern. Failure. No good.
Wait, wasn't there a word written on that phone case earlier?
Yeah. Sula Nabuxiai.
Well, can I look up what it means?
Yeah, you have access to the ship's entire database. It's the name of a particular kind of bird. A blue-footed booby.
Oh. I'm gonna look at Vincent and be like,
You've said it was a word. What do you think of this word?
Do you explain the context, or you just say Sula Nabuxiai to Vincent?
I'm just gonna say the word to him.
All right.
Obviously, he should understand.
Yes. Well, everybody can do instantaneous encyclopedic data lookups, obviously.
Well, I mean,
so
can I just like check to see if I just happen to know what it means?
You know, you're a smart guy. Go ahead, make a lore check.
Yeah. What's that under?
Intelligence.
Awesome.
I'll give you advantage if you happen to have zoology, but you currently don't.
Okay, 20.
Nope. That's a pretty obscure word. You don't know what that means.
Yeah.
I mean, I have zoology.
Oh, you know it double.
You really know what it is.
I knew what it meant.
Super hard.
Which means he really should just know. It's
it's very obvious. I have no idea what that is, Mort.
Just gonna give him a blank stare for a moment.
Do you know what it is, Mort?
It's a bird.
Thank you, Mort.
Would you like to bring up like the entire encyclopedic entry of the blue-footed booty on like the nearby data screen?
Absolutely. No, it's definitely important that he should have the entire history of an etymology.
Yep, so you're like, yeah, just some background reading here. Here's its habitats. Here's its migratory patterns. Here, the name immediately strikes you, Vincent. Yeah, Verthaniel Voss is absolutely the kind of guy who would use the word booby in his password for sure.
Cool. Now, since it's still okay, now we gotta see. I don't know if you do the whole thing or just booby. Try booby. I look up disappointedly from the screen.
Is this 2 or 3?
This is the third one. So, and I don't know if it's going to be blue-footed or just booby, but I'm just going to try it and see what happens.
Are you certain this is the last attempt?
Have I ever watched him put in the password? Like I don't mean like see hit what the word is.
Yeah,
I mean,
I'm gonna say, yeah, you've had not in this case, not in this particular tablet, but yeah, he logs into consoles all the time, and you've sometimes been
okay. Would I be able to remember and tell the difference between a 5 letters and like an entire phrase?
I'm gonna say, yeah, make a check. Go ahead and remember.
Okay. 24.
Yeah, you think it might be just the word booby.
Cool. Mort, I regret to inform you that I believe the password is booby.
I do not understand why you are emotional about it, but I will type it in.
All right. It works. It unlocks. You're in.
Of course he would. Of course he would. Of course. And then I just walk out and keep it going to the bridge.
All right. I'm gonna look at recent things.
Okay.
Looking like the recent history.
You make me. I'm not even gonna make you roll with your incredible computing powers and memory. You download the contents. You just you consume it.
Nom 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 nom.
Yes.
Do you make that sound? Is that like you're downloading sound?
No.
Nor is it.
There might be useful parts in the tablet, so after I've downloaded, I'm keeping the tablet.
All right. Indeed. Yeah. No,
he's not using it anymore.
As you download it, you find a lot of interesting communications. You find quite a number of financial statements in which Verthaniel is apparently negotiating for the construction and payment of this particular ship. You see a lot of him moving money around, getting credit from this and that, insurance policies. You see negotiations with the Knights Tempest, which is an organization directly opposed to Sequitur, your hiring organization, the people you're working for. And also the Knights are the ones who run that big scary battleship that's out there and are one of the ruling forces on the planet below.
May I interject?
Yes.
I would like to have been meanwhile trying to triangulate the trajectory of the pod thingy for the purposes of trying to shoot it down.
Okay, we will come to you in a moment as you've decided to shoot down the pod. Very good plan.
Well, I at least want to be able to if I get the word that, yeah, he's betrayed us.
Okay. So yeah, lots of and yeah, it's laid out in these emails that he's basically planning to give the ship to the Knights Tempest in exchange for a huge sum of money. And then there's another thread of emails with another group of people who go by a number of code names. They don't seem to have like a singular organization, but he's offered to sell the ship to them as well. So it looks like he sold the ship twice to two different organizations and is doing something.
I'm going to radio up to the bridge that we have been betrayed.
All right, I hit the button.
So the thing about the SSS Felward, it's got two weapon systems aboard it. So there's the Meteor Storm auto turrets, which are short-range point defense weapons, mostly meant for like shooting down incoming missiles, but that can also really do a lot of damage to nearby targets. For long range, torpedoes is all you've got, and the breach can is currently well outside the range of your Meteor Storm auto turrets. You could try to get closer, or you could launch torpedoes at it. The problem is both of those will break cloak, or at least possibly alert the calamity even more to your location.
Well, as I see it, either way, our cloak is getting broken.
Our cloak is getting broke.
Yep. So I've been setting up for an oh fuck, we're gonna die, let's try to stop that setup, and a shoot the pod, and as soon as I get that we've been betrayed, I hit them both.
All right. You drop the cloak, you launch the torpedoes, you fire up the repulsor shields and the mag plate armor, engines at full, you're ready to go. And that's it for episode 1. As promised, I will now explain how you can help decide how the story ends. If you don't care about that, there's more interview gags at the end, and I hope to see you in episode 2, which, if it's out, should be linked around here somewhere. There's 3 ways you can influence the story. Way the first: unleash our characters. Each of the player characters has incredible secret powers locked away, which they can only use with your help. At 1,500 subscribers and various milestones after, I will be handing out an Unleash token to one of my players. These tokens are good for a single use of their boundless power within. If you want to know what somebody's special powers are, then vote for them in the comments. The player and character who gets the most votes from you will get the precious token. Type the word Unleashed and the name of either the player or the character in the comments. Your choices are Alex playing Mortimer, the undead cyborg; Revan playing Yuna, the tattoo enthusiast; David playing Vincent Lord, the fashion designer; and though he hasn't appeared yet and honestly won't for a little while, you can also vote for Mark playing Trau, the Reverwraith demon. Way the second: buy us a coffee. There's a link below and all kinds of goodies for sale. Do you want to know secrets that not even the players know? Do you want the right to whisper in the Game Master's ear? Do you want uncensored videos a week faster than everyone else without this part in them? Buy us enough coffee and you can have it all. Link in the description. Wait, imagine how awesome it will feel when the twist ending nobody saw coming was actually your idea, and there's positive proof in YouTube comments that you thought of it first. If you leave a suggestion, find a suggestion somebody else made and upvote it. It's a good way to make someone feel good and make it clear which ideas are the most popular. A special thanks to my Discord community for being so patient. I know this video has been 1,000 years in the making. And an extra special thank you to Revan for printing and painting the custom minis. We can't wait to see how they turn out. And now to plug something that's not mine. If you like reading, check out Terra Ignota. Not a sponsor, and I'm not the author. I don't get anything from this pitch. It's just a really good series of books. Now, as promised, the rest of the interview gags. What would you say is your greatest weakness?
The Holy Sword of Feckful.
Like a literal sword?
I hated it. It vanquished me every time.
Of course. Can I see your resume?
Your eyes not functional. You should replace them.
So, Mr. Vincent, you seem really cool, but I don't know. Have you ever even worked in technology before?
Absolutely. Did you know that it's very difficult for anyone to tell who works for Mecrazon when you don't have uniforms? The good news for you, though.
All right, Mr. Mortimer, can you please walk me through this resume a little bit?
This paper is too small for your body to pass through. Shall we print it larger first?
Can you tell me about a time you showed leadership?
Absolutely. Is that a Chaprodanel jacket?
Oh, why, yes it is. Do you like it? Can you give me examples of times you've demonstrated leadership?
Well, I was beloved Lord God Emperor Supreme for 2,000 or 3,000 years. It's hard to remember. Does that count?
Is there something wrong with it? I thought it was supposed to be really good. Should I go with Abermani instead?
Oh, good one. Oh, I'm sorry. Were you serious?
What should I know that isn't on your resume, Mr. Mortimer?
You should know the following. Your name is
John.
You work here in this office.
Can you tell me about your greatest weakness?
Absolutely. There was one time I woke up from an absolutely nasty bender. I had noticed that my clothes were gone and my...
2 + 2 is 4.
But I got everybody there, and almost everybody back.
Wow, that sure is quite a collection of tattoos. I've actually been thinking about getting one myself.
Oh, excellent. Hold out your arm.
You should understand basic hygiene and general maintenance of your body.
Now, dragons, of course, are extremely picky.
Typically, lighting oneself on fire is not recommended for standard survival.
So I got this one after I accidentally set myself on fire.
They set fire to me once. It was pretty unpleasant.
I was on fire once. I had to replace that part.
And then I told him, no, you're fired.
I got this one at the insistence of my partner after the 3rd time I died.
One of the shoes that you wear on each foot is typically designed for one foot or the other.
And then I realized the rebel leader had been with the Cult of the Horizon the entire time.
Underwear is most commonly worn underneath your standard clothing.
This one here, this one doesn't actually do anything. I just thought it was pretty.
And then it hit me. It wasn't a virus at all. They were nanobots.
Right. What were we talking about again? Oh, Doi. Job interview, of course. Yeah, so that's why I think I'd be great for the position, Mr. Lord. Do you think I have a shot at being hired?
Well, tell you what. Let me talk to your boss.